Let's get in to Everdream. One of our new maps in the map pool, spawning in the upper right-hand corner in the red, representing mouse sports. It is HeroMarine. And his opponent in the lower left, the Zerg player in the green, currently teamless, representing himself. It is Lambo. Representing the drinking and smoking Zerg players of StarCraft 2 of EU. Lambo is actually, I think he's one of the smartest Zerg players. He really puts a lot of thought into the game. I know a ton of players do that, I'm sure, but I think Lambo has a really good thought process when it comes to the game and why to do certain things. Definitely one of the best Zergs in Europe. I would probably say third best, actually, after Cyril and Raynor. There's a few people who may challenge him to that title, but Lambo definitely in that upper echelon. But he's up against Big Gabe right now, and we've been calling this tournament the Big Gabe Invitational, or not the Invitational, the Weekly, the Big Gabe Weekly, because he either wins or gets second place every week. I think he hasn't played in 2, but other than that, he's been in the finals of almost every single one he's played in. You know what somebody was saying the other day? It's kind of funny. Look at the way the drones like tilt up when they get to the hatchery. That only happens on this map. It's kind of a fun little fact. It's like they're going up a little hill. All right, SCV and Reaper coming over here to make things annoying for Lambo. Now these guys have played each other roughly 1 million times, and they're both generally pretty standard. Lambo sometimes, maybe not sometimes. Lambo does have a tendency to do some big all-ins, kind of as we saw in his series versus Mana. He is not opposed to big all-in plays. So that's going to be really key for Gabe to get a read on early on if Lambo is doing some big all-in. Don't see any of that happening yet. There's no third base just yet because of this Reaper being annoying. But Lambo is just droning up behind this. Gabe is getting a third CC in the main base as well as double Hellion production. Reaper will go down. That means the third base can go down as well. It's funny, we say that the third base can go down, meaning that he, plants the hatchery, but also if Gabe kills it, I would say the third base is going down. Isn't English such a fun language? A couple of Hellions coming up now. They're not going to do much to this hatchery, but they will see that it's there, and that's really important. Like I was saying, HeroMarine knows that Lambo, he doesn't shy away from all-ins. That's how I'll say it, because Lambo isn't really an all-in player, but he doesn't shy away from them. And Gabe knows that, so he needs to know if something crazy is coming his way. We do have a lair finishing up. It's not super early, but relative to the third base timing, it feels important. This feels purposeful from Lambo. This isn't just, oh, I want a lair so I can get Overseers or so I can get this upgrade. I don't know. This feels like he wants this lair for a different purpose, but we shall see. We've got a lot of gases going down. Yeah, so it is going to be Spire. He's got a third base, but this is still a very early Spire. This is a quick Spire. There's no other tech behind it. It's just Lings, Queens, and he's going into mutas. Sorry I keep zooming. I think my middle mouse button is on the way out here. Gonna need a new... Sadly, might need a new mouse soon. Too much observing, guys. Ling's coming up to try to help defend these Hellions with the Queens. Nice vision here from Lambo, sees those Hellions consistently. What else do we have from HeroMarine? I mean, he is going into bio, so he's got a lot of Marines coming out, and his third base is on location. They're actually like even on workers right now. Lambo's making another round of drones, so he'll boost up a little bit, but income-wise, it's actually been in HeroMarine's favor for the majority of the game here, which means these mutas really need to get something done. Lambo is falling behind, and he hasn't even lost any drones. HeroMarine not really one to YOLO his Hellions in. That's a lot of Marines. A few mutas on the way right now. Not a ton. All right, there we go. There's 7. He's getting his +1 attack for those mutas. Alien's still sharking around, still trying to find something to do. He's got to be a little bit confused. I feel like if you're in HeroMarine spot, you have to wonder why there's no 4th base and why there's only been Lings and Queens, and I think he really should know the answer. When you see this many of just Lings and Queens, it's got to be mutas, right? He's going to put on some pressure. He's got the double drop coming up of just Marines. Going to meet up with the Hellions. Still some Marines left back at home. Combat shields just finished, but the mutas are here. And they're going to start ravaging this 3rd base mineral line. But what is there to defend? There are some Lings and some Banes. Bane speed is on its way. It's not quite done yet. Bunch more Lings coming out too. This base may go down to this Hellbat Marine push. But the mutas have killed 10 workers back at home. So HeroMarine needs to get something done. Getting the kill on that base, not the cancel, is a good start. The mutas are going to come back to try to help clean this up. Now Lambo pretty desperately needs a 4th base. He killed a bunch of workers, but he's really not ahead very many workers after that. Oh, he's going for the surround. Gets the surround, gets some Banelings in, and the mutas are going to chase down this medevac. They will get the medevac. Looks like he's going to lose 1 muta for it, but that means HeroMarines doesn't have a ton of units behind this, so he's going to have to pull back a little bit. He can't just keep pushing. Mutas being very careful. Still more mutas being made. Actually, 6 more mutas on the way right now. That's going to boost that muta count up quite a bit, as there's already 10 on the field. 16 mutas with +1. That might be enough to just straight up kill these turrets. Still got to be careful of Marines. Those Stim Marines in a medevac, that's no joke. They will kill some mutas. Double medevac drop coming over to the left side. He might try to get a kill on this 4th base once again. There's some Lings and Banes not too far away though. Oh, the Widow Mines. Oh, nice retarget on that Widow Mine to get it onto the mutas. But in the meantime, Lambo hitting with a bit of a counterattack, and he is cleaning up this double drop. Not getting too much done with that. The wall here will defend against the Banelings. The Banelings are all going to go down for nothing. And these Lings didn't get too much done on the counterattack, it seems. But so far, Lambo, he has defended. It's just that he's down on workers right now. He needs to make a big round of drones, because he can't afford to take trades like this. I mean, it's even trades, but he can't afford to take even trades if he's going to be down on economy for the majority of the game. He did have this nice spike, but that doesn't last for too long. I can't believe how even it is, actually, within 25 minerals of each other. And now Lambo. Oh, the sensor tower comes up, so he's going to try to skirt around the top side. I don't think he gets seen by that. Second turret coming up, but it's not done yet. This is a lot of mutas. First turret, well, all the turrets are going down here. Ton of Marines stimming up to try to take care of this muta problem he seems to have gotten. But the mutas get 7 kills and then head on out of there. There's 2 turrets down here. Mutas say, I don't care. I think he lost 1 muta for those 2 turrets. The Thor is going to be a little more dangerous. Widow Mines are still very dangerous as well. Oh, but Medevac's getting taken out. These mutas have done so much damage here for Lambo. Fourth base for HeroMarine now floating over. And behind this, Lambo has been droning up, so he takes the drone lead. Oh, Muta's got to be careful. Let's see how many mutas have gone down this game. 5 mutas have gone down this game. 23 SCVs, though. No drones. Not a single drone has been lost in the making of this game. Really, really well done so far by Lambo. It was seeming a little dicey. I was a little worried about how few drones he had, but you know what? He wasn't worried. I shouldn't have been either. HeroMarine not necessarily able to capitalize on that economic lead that he had for a long time. He's actually way oversaturated down here at the third base. He needs to send some of those over. Looks like he has done just that. Banelings coming in. Not the best Banelings, though. There is a wall here that's going to defend against those. Muta's coming in to attack into this planetary. Going to get on top of these turrets before they're finished. Not enough units here to handle this. All the turrets going down. That's very annoying here for HeroMarine. And the mutas get out. In the meantime, Lynx and Banes moving into this base. Oh, the SCVs. SCVs getting blowed up. 26 SCVs going down. Lambo is a little supply blocked right now. It looks like he lost an overseer or two. But HeroMarine's on 54 workers right now. His economy has been crippled. And Lambo's up on 81 drones. Lambo finally has that economy he really needs to make Ling, Bane, Muta work. It's really cool to see Ling, Bane, Muta versus this kind of bio-mine play. Oh, Mutas get caught a little bit. A few of them going down for free there. But Lambo, he's fully maxed. He's got a bunch more Lings on the way. His hive's halfway done. These Banes don't have a ride out of here. Or the Marines, rather. His planetary is done. Is Lambo going to go in anyways? He wants the SCVs. He doesn't care about the planetary. He only gets 7 of them. Oh my god, but the Lings and Banes over here. 19 SCVs going down. Lambo trading a lot of army for that. But once again, keeping this economy of HeroMarine down very low. Trade-wise, slightly in Gabe's favor, but I don't think that's enough since it's been Lambo's economy for such a long time now. HeroMarine's gonna push out. He's gonna push right into this Zerg force. A lot of Banelings finishing up. Some of these Lings kind of attacking a little bit early here, but there's a flank. Lings and Banes coming in for the flank. There's still Mutas to chase these medevacs. Can they pull back far enough? Well, the Thors are gonna kill a lot of Mutas. And now we see 22 Mutas have died this game. Down to 11 Mutalists. There's only 1 Thor left over, though. Tons of Marines coming out. And HeroMarine does still have 4 working bases. 57 SCVs isn't great, but it's not terrible either. Lambo might need a few more Banelings before taking this engagement. Doesn't really want to take it off of creep, but he doesn't have a ton of creep left after Gabe cleared it through the center here. Gabe is rallying across. Some Lings looking for counterattacks. Most of them get blown up by a Widow Mine. HeroMarine's pulling back completely. Doesn't want to take any more economic damage than he already has. He's floating a lot of gas. Doesn't really have much to spend it on at the moment. He really just wants more Marines. But struggling a little bit for minerals. There are still a good amount of medevacs. He's been keeping that medevac count up. I think that's very important here. And he's starting to assault this third base, catching a few units by the fourth base getting hit as well. Some drones starting to go down. Massive early splits here from HeroMarine to make the Banelings not quite as useful. But there's so many Lings, so many Banes. Are the splits going to be enough? This fourth base is going to go down. And that's going to be a really nice pickoff here for HeroMarine. But his army gets routed. The supplies are pretty much even though, which is not good for Lambo, who's got 67 workers, and he does have a new 4th base mining as well as a 5th base up here. So losing that 1 base, not the end of the world. Gabe does not have a 5th base up just yet. But Lambo, he's way down in army supply right now, and that's not where you want to be with this kind of army. Oh, the Widow Mines! Well, Widow Mines gets some decent connections, not the best connections. But it should buy HeroMarine a little bit of time to regroup. Alright, Link's coming in for some attacks. Oh, the Widow Mines go off and splash a lot of the mutas. They kill a lot of the Banelings. It looks like Gabe might have actually been able to do it. There's so little left here for Lambo, it feels like. He's remaking a ton of Lings. He's got Banes morphing. He's got +3 melee as well as Adrenal Glands on the way, but it's not here yet. And Lambo is losing drones. He could send these drones up to that 5th base in the upper left-hand corner. Oh, but the mutas are all dead now. That's going to be GG. There's just not enough for Lambo. And somehow HeroMarine, from what I thought was a very far behind position, made that push work and forced Lambo to take extremely inefficient trades, which eventually wore Lambo down. We'll be going into game number 2 in just a minute. Here we go. Eternal Empire is our map. Oh, all our commentators are in here. We got a lot of good people in here. Creighton's in here. Indy. Maralikos. Some people I don't know. And Naruto. Wardy B is in here. Wardy B is pretty cool. Oh, and Bel Air. Casting in German. Bel Air was in the player slot for a minute there. Weird stuff. Somebody that keeps trying to join lobbies that is not part of the group. You're not in the in club, you know what I mean? Alright, Lambo's getting in the game now. There he is. He's playing Zerg. Gabe is ready. Is Lambo ready? Just waiting on confirmation that he's ready, and then we'll start the countdown. Alright, he's not ready. He's not ready yet. So we just chilling, we waiting. Oh, there he goes. Now we're counting down. Loading into the game soon. Ooh, that first game was really good though. What a good game from these guys. Hey, welcome back, Moss Elemental. Good to see you again, my friend. Alright, Eternal Empire. Game number 2. Let's do it, guys. Let's get in to this game. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Eternal Empire in the red for Mouse Sports. It is HeroMarine. And its opponent in the upper right in the green, our Zerg player, it is Lambo. Lambo, I honestly think he ended up having a really nice defense in the last game. He was down on workers, but he ended up making that look totally fine. And then was able to make the comeback in economy. I think the biggest issue is he kept trying to kill Gabe's economy, but he never really got it down to that point where HeroMarine was really worried about it, you know? I think the lowest it got was like 54 SCVs or something like that, 57 even. And on 4 bases with a bunch of mules coming down. That's really not too bad. So I think Lambo spent a lot of money trying to kill those SCVs and just didn't quite get what he needed to get done. And eventually HeroMarine's counter push was able to do some really good damage. Really good damage. Hey, what's up, Batsushita? Batsu. Looks like HeroMarine going for the Reaper expand. Lambo, hatch gas pulling it up. We'll see if he's able to get his third base out a little quicker this game. Last game, it felt like his third base being late ended up just leading to him having a smaller economy the entire first half of that game. And it really felt like it led back to that third base being so late. So I hope Lamb was able to get it out a little bit earlier this game. He's sending the drone over already, and there's no SCV this time, so... is he going to be able to drop it down? The Reaper isn't going straight there, so that's good news for Lambo, rather. Reaper and Lings doing their little dance. Are they making a little love? Well, that Zergling's going down tonight, you know what I'm saying? Third base gets put down for Lambo. And, oh, look at that. That Reaper with 2 kills. It killed 2 Zerglings. Lambo should basically just GG out of the game already. I mean, what are you even doing? Hellion's gonna start coming out now. For HeroMarine, he's pushed the Overlord back to its perch. And he's got a third CC about halfway done. This is looking basically exactly the same as the opening to last game. Moss Elemental. Have a good work. Stay safe. Stay healthy out there. But yeah, Lambo's third base coming down a lot earlier this game. That's got to be a really nice feeling. Overlord speed is finished. Zergling speed is finished. Lambo's going to get a nice good scout off and see he doesn't have to really worry too much, except about some Hellions. Couple of Marines going to push this away, but he sees the third CC. He saw Hellions moving out. And all things are good. All things are good and steady in the world. Oh, Lambo does lose an Overlord over here. I think there was a Viking that came out. Yeah, Viking still sharking around looking for another Overlord. More Hellions have come out. Third base floating over for HeroMarine. Again, back at Lambo's base. Nothing to be too worried about. Queens and Lings. Oh, we have a fusion core, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is really interesting. This feels very late for a battlecruiser, which could throw Lambo off guard quite a bit. But Lambo's coming in for the scout, and there's nothing here to stop him. There's nothing here to stop him. BC is on the way. But the fusion core is spotted. There it is. He sees it. He knows. Back at home, he's got a Roach Warren on the way up. That'll be for the Hellions. Let's see what he decides to go for the BCs. He's got a lair about halfway done. He knows BCs take about 1 million years. Well, there's Lings out. Lings and Queens. Hellions not going to YOLO in. I think that's a good decision. There's a good group of Lings out. Once again, HeroMarine, not the kind of guy to do that, generally speaking. But if he sees a good opportunity, he will take it. Can he DPS down this hatchery with a group of Hellions? The answer is no, not quite. Spore crawlers coming up. Queens heading back to the bases. Okay, I actually totally lied. That base is very, very low now. It might... He doesn't want to cancel it, but it might be worth canceling at this point. The BC is definitely possible he's going to take it down. Well, looks like the battlecruiser is going to walk across, so we'll have that tactical jump to get back home. Yamato on the way, as well as a second battlecruiser. And it looks like HeroMarine is going straight into battle mech after this. This hatchery now has the armor tag, which makes it take less damage from Hellions, I think. Actually, I think it takes the same from Hellions. Hellions do bonus to light, but not necessarily less to armored. All right, BC comes in. There are a couple of queens and a spore here. It's an Evo chamber going down. The Spire is almost finished. Spire, I think, is a good call this game for Lambo. Transfuse is going down to keep that queen alive. There's the Yamato. The Yamato is pretty much confirmation that Spire is a good call. Where is that Spire? Oh, there it is. Because that means he's investing more heavily into the battle cruisers. It's not just one BC. It's multiple BC. That Reaper is somehow still alive. Look at this Reaper. Still with the same 2 kills. Second battlecruiser is teaming up with BC number 1. Try to take out another queen. Maybe even the spore. +2 missile attack, or missile attacks on the way. +1 flyer attacks. +1 melee. 10 corruptors coming out. We've got more BCs, mag-filled accelerators, cyclones, infernal pre-igniter. I remembered that before the pop-up came up. Thank you very much. Blue flame for all you lay people out there. All right, battlecruisers coming in, doing some damage. 8 drones have gone down so far. These Hellions getting some work done as well, especially now with blue flame. Corruptors are popping out. There's the teleport to get back home. Oh man, so many drones going down to these Hellions. Gabe getting some fantastic damage. 17 drones dying. Meanwhile, HeroMarine is sitting on 72 workers. He's got a 4th base floating to location. Lambo is on 87 drones, 89 drones. He's looking like he did in game 1 versus Mana. Kind of insane. Oh man, there's a 5th base coming out for HeroMarine as well. Lambo is dropping down a 6th base. He has his 5th base up and running. The spine spore combo at each base. It's always good to have. Covers all your bases. This is going to be a planetary with a siege tank and turrets. It's a good combination of things. Looks like we might see the same kind of thing down here for HeroMarine. And Lambo, who is no stranger to the long game, is macroing up like crazy. Both players getting the crazy worker counts. Cyclone Hellion Force moving down here. Might be able to get a cancel on this base. Nope, gonna run away. Doesn't even kill the gas geyser. The extractor. Ton of corruptors in the air. They might try to come over here and pee down this building, but you do have to be careful with that, especially over turrets. Oh, he's gonna grab the gas geyser. This gas refinery is so dead. Man, the way that attack scales is actually kind of insane. All right, BC is moving to the top side. Cyclone Hellion siege tank on the bottom. Where did those corruptors go? Oh, they're way in the corner. They're way in there. They're so far away from this. And these BCs getting some good damage done. Gonna be able to take this base out at the very least. The corruptors, they're so far away. A couple Yamatos going down, hitting 3 Ravagers. Good use of that spell. And here's the rest of the army. HeroMarine's moving out with a full move out. All right, Baneling's coming in though. Are there enough sieged up tanks to handle them? Absolutely. And Lambo just threw so much army into that meat grinder. There's Infestors on the way. They don't quite have Neural just yet. There's more Corruptors coming out. But there's just not enough ground support, it feels like. The Lings are coming out. Where are the Hellions to reinforce this? It's actually basically... there's one Hellbat up front. It's all Cyclones and tanks after that. This is a very beefy army here. A Fungal goes down. Ooh, and the Biles are going to take out one of these battle cruisers. The BCs are going to teleport away, leaving the rest of the army to fend for themselves. More Banelings morphing, trying to hit these fungal units, but another base has gone down. It looks like HeroMarine... Oh, I thought he was going to back up. No, he's going to rotate around and get to that 5th base. Meanwhile, the BCs are going to go try to hit the natural at the same time. Big lock-ons onto this base. It's going down very quickly. A couple more Hellbats are out with this. Oh, but there's so many siege tanks that these Banelings just aren't able to get the connections they need to. Still a couple of tanks on the low ground, so these Roaches and Raptors can't really attack into this. The Cyclones are going to lock on and kill every single one of them. And this tank even survives. Gabe now taking a 6th base. Corruptors moving over to try to get on top of these BCs. They might actually be able to do that. Oh no, there's no teleport. And Yamato's down 1, and then he does get the teleport off. Cyclones are coming over to try to defend. Will they be able to save this planetary? I don't know. This P kills stuff pretty quickly. Oh my god. And with no repair, that's just a dead base. But HeroMarine, he's taking the engagement at the top side of the map. Not the best engagement. None of the tanks were sieged, but he's still able to push Lambo back. Gabe is now up 40 army supply, and think about how much of that army supply is in Corruptors. Too much, says Lambo. And HeroMarine's going to take the 2-0 in that TvZ.